and I'm here with my first top 10 list. It's been a while, I know. I've been trying to transition it into this camera, so now I can finally give it a try and see what I can do with it. And today I'm here to discuss my top 10 anime buzzkill endings. And before I start, you probably are wondering, what do I mean by a buzzkill ending? I mean like endings that are just overall disappointing. It's just disappointing. Now, with every top 10 list I have, there are criteria as to why I chose them. First, I want to get out of the way that no matter if the anime was good or if it was bad, it's going to be in here. There's a few that are good animes, there are a few that are somewhat okay animes, there are some bad ones in here as well. But all in all, if their endings were terrible, that's why they were in here. Secondly, are the characters like unresolved? Is the story unresolved? Open-ended like endings are going to be in here too. And was it disappointing? If they were disappointing, they're in here. Also, fair warning, there is going to be a ton of spoilers, so be prepared. There are going to be a ton of spoilers. Alright, let's start off this list with number 10. Number 10 is Naruto. Now, I know what many of you are thinking. Naruto's not over yet, Tony. Well, I'm talking about the first series. And everyone remembers the first series as being the one with just too much filler episodes. The true ending is when Naruto and Sasuke were fighting at that river thingy. That's how the anime should have ended. But instead we get like 100 and so episodes of filler episodes, and it's pointless, it's useless. Most of them weren't even that fun. All in all, it was just a mess. Number 9. Number 9 is Elfen Lied, or Elfen Lied as many of you may pronounce it. Now, I've always praised this anime for having a very beautiful yet tragic ending. But what really just threw this anime overboard was that it left a lot of questions unanswered and left some of the characters and plots unresolved. It ends to where we wonder what happened to Lucy, who's that guy with the horns, what's his next plan, how did he get those horns first of all, and what's gonna happen to Kota and the others, what's gonna happen to them. It leaves us with more questions than answers than, we want to have. And it really just ruins what is already a very interesting anime. Number 8. Number 8 is Dead Men Wonderland. Now, I'm going to give this anime some leeway because it is a fairly recent anime and there's a strong chance that it might have a second season. But the way that they execute the last episode, I just felt was shameful. I mean, we went on an adventure with these characters, and to have it end at a crucial point in the plot, just like dropped on a dime. Characters are unresolved, and it ended so abruptly that I felt like they were rushing through that ending just so that they can make it through or make an ending as quickly as possible. I really enjoyed Dead Man Wonderland and I wanted it to end on a very satisfying note, but instead it just felt like an incomplete jigsaw puzzle that can't be completed because there's so many pieces just missing. Number 7. Number 7 is Mushi-Shi. Now, the reason that this anime is on this list is the main fact that our main character, Gecko, is barely in this episode. He makes a cameo appearance. I mean, come on. We followed this character for 25 episodes and you only make him make a guest appearance in his show on the last episode. Not only that, but the episode's just boring. It's a who cares episode full of forgettable filler characters that don't even mean anything to the scheme of the anime. You could replace them with anybody. Anybody could have been in that episode. It wouldn't matter at all. Mushi-Shi was an entertaining anime with a lot of great supporting characters and awesome stories, but the ending just makes you think, what the hell happened to that? Number 6. Number 6 is Chrno Crusade, yet another anime that had a tragically beautiful ending that just got sullied by other factors in it. Now, I will say for the fact that the last episode actually did bring me to tears, but that was only 4 minutes of the episode. The rest of the episode, shameful. First, the final battle wasn't as epic as I hoped it would be, and after all that, to have the villain survive and wreak havoc still, I mean, you couldn't have ruined a more beautiful anime ending than to have the villain have the last laugh. It was a spit in the face of any fan of this anime. Just shameful. Number 5. Number 5 is Fruits Basket. What puts this anime ending on this list is the fact that Fruits Basket started off as a lighthearted romantic comedy, and quickly it just turned into an excruciatingly dramatic and depressing anime. at the drop of a dime. All that joy and happiness that you felt watching this anime just got sucked out like a star being sucked into a black hole. The ending episode wasn't faithful to the original, and it added like bits and pieces of things that didn't need to be there first of all, and in my opinion ruined the integrity of what the original had to tell. And again, it just ends with characters unresolved and unfulfilled. The ending of Fruits Basket just leaves you with a bad taste in your mouth, and it just kills any joy that you felt after watching it. Number 4. Number 4 is Mahoromatic. Again, this is one of those animes that start off as a lighthearted romantic comedy and then quickly turned into an excruciatingly depressing anime. It ends to where the world has just gone to shit and it doesn't show any sign of changing. And what really killed it the most for me was how they dealt with the characters of Mahoro and the boy. In the manga, Mahoro gets reincarnated into a person, and then years later, the two bump into each other and get together. In the anime, she doesn't get reincarnated at all. She doesn't exist anymore. The world has gone to shit. The kid is just like losing his mind, and she only comes once a year. Once a year as an image memory. Once a year. I'd rather have the manga ending to the anime ending, because that is just some depressing shit. Number 3. Number 3 is Negima, the first series. Now this series is anything but perfect. I mean, it has terrible animation, it veers off from the story a little bit, and it also veers off from what makes Negima entertaining. The wizard battles. What nailed the coffin for me for this anime was the ending. What the hell was that? First off, the ending has no basis to the original manga, which I have all 32 volumes of right now. It has no basis at all in the manga. And it turned Negima from a romantic comedy to stupid drama that just didn't need to be there. They could have thought of 100 different ways to bring resolution to this series, but instead they give us this ending, and it was terrible. Just don't see it. Number 2. Number 2 is Berserk. There are only a few endings in animes that really just make me sit in shock for hours. Berserk was one of them. I sat there in disbelief. How could we have, stuck around with these characters for nearly 24, 25 episodes, only for them all to get raped, eaten, killed, anything, any terrible thing you could think of, they all happened to these guys in the last episode. And again, we're left with unresolved story, unfulfilled characters, and an open ending that just makes you go, why? I know it continues from the manga, but come on, at least make like Guts fight Griffith one last time and then have it end there to where he's gonna like fight other demons. But no, instead we get Guts walking off into the distance. Thanks, Berserk, you dicks. Okay, now the coup de grace, number 1. Number 1 is End of Evangelion. Whew, where to begin? This is one of those endings that I still, to this day, have not gotten over. I literally, when I finished watching it, I sat in my couch for 4 hours trying to think what the hell just happened. To end the franchise in the most disturbing and depressing way possible just shocked the crap out of me. I shouldn't have, because it's Evangelion. We all know it's just a bunch of depressing kids and all that stuff. But I at least wanted to have like a little lighter ending, you know what I'm saying? And also I would have loved for them to answer questions that I still had, resolve the story, have fulfilled characters, but it even failed on that? Come on! Overall, that ending was just sad and depressing, and it left me with more questions than answers. What's gonna happen next? Why this happened and all that stuff. It just, I just don't want to think about it. It is, without a doubt, to me, the biggest buzzkill ending I've ever seen. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my top 10 anime buzzkill endings. And let me know what is the biggest buzzkill ending that you guys have seen. Comment below and let me know. Also, let me know if you agree with some of the things I said or do you disagree. And make sure you explain why you disagree. Just comment below. Let me know. Anyway, I'm the Black Critic Guy, bridging the gap between movies and anime reviews. Till then, peace, YouTube.